If you've ever been tempted to add just a little bit more content or slides to your presentation or talk, I have a guide, a map, a cheat sheet that I've created for you. This is what I shared in our recent Thought Leader Academy call with our clients because I know this is something that we all struggle with. We want to provide a lot of value to our audiences and to make sure that they are walking away with takeaways and information that they can use. But we have to understand the medium that we're using, the format what we're using, and what kind of content best fits with it. Hence, this map, this guide, this cheat sheet that you can download at the link below. No opt in needed. You can just go ahead and see it and download it right there. And then pull this out anytime you're working on a lead generation presentation or a keynote or a workshop so that you know exactly the type of content that fits that medium. First, when we think about lead generation presentations, the goal is to get the audience interested in working with you. So you have to make them aware of where their challenge is, and it's probably not the challenge they think it is. Instead, it's something else, and you're there to highlight what that could be. So you are going to share some tactics, some how-to steps wrapped within whatever your strategic framework is, but really you want to get the audience to think differently, to have a mindset shift about what they want, what's getting in the way, and ideally how you can help them. Now let's contrast that with a keynote talk. A keynote is all about getting the audience to think differently, to have a mindset shift, and even an identity shift or understanding themselves in a new way or in a different way. As a keynote speaker, you're there to provide inspiration, probably some entertainment or at least edutainment as well. And so storytelling and that emotional connection with the audience is definitely a big part of it. The same thing goes with TED style talks. They're just they'll tend to be a lot shorter than keynote talks. Now let's contrast those with workshops and trainings. Here's where you can go into a bit more detailed information. You still don't want to overwhelm your audience. You want to give them just the right amount of information to have them take those next steps to get to where they want to go. Workshops are great for practice and implementation, and you still, though, want the attendees to have that mindset shift. Now, if you think about courses and workbooks, those are great for all that detailed information that I know your instinct is you want to put them into your talks. Instead, provide some type of worksheets or a handout that the audience can take with them and go work on later. Or they can purchase your course or opt into a short email course that you provide to give them that more detailed information. For those of you who have written a book or who want to write a book is a great place to put all that extra information that doesn't fit into a 30-minute or 45-minute or a 60-minute talk. That's where you can also provide those different stories and examples, but you still want to do that mindset shift and that identity shift for the audience. I think about some of the clients that we've worked with, like Katie Anderson. She's the author of the award-winning book, Learning to Lead, Leading to Learn. And we have worked together on her keynote talks from her book. So we know that there's no way we could put her entire book, right, all of this content into a keynote, and it would overwhelm the audience and it really wouldn't give them what they wanted. So instead, we've pulled out the key parts of her book that is going to make the biggest difference for those audiences. The great thing about Katie having this book is that she has turned it into a workbook to provide that implementation and skill practice, and she provides workshops and trainings around it as well. Let me tell you about one of the other clients we have who graduated from our Thought Leader Academy a few years ago. Sarah Lynn Wallace works with organizations and companies on Enneagrams and team trainings around there. I have this lovely mug that she had shipped to me. I am an Enneagram 5. If you know your Enneagram number, I would love for you to let me know. So definitely let me know what yours is. I love that she made these mugs with the different words on them based on whatever that Enneagram type is. And the way that Sarah approaches doing her workshops is that she says they're about conversations, not just about content. That is the great thing about having a workshop or a training is that you usually are with a smaller number of people than you are, say, with some of the other types of talks. And so you can encourage those conversations either as an entire room or with different groups within the workshop. And those conversations is how people learn about each other and about themselves. So that's that mindset shift and that thinking differently. And for her, with the Enneagram, it even is part of this identity shift as well. Just because I don't include emotional connection and story, say in a lead generation talk or in a workshop and training, it doesn't mean that you don't include stories in those types of presentations or trainings. It's just that story is not the main driver of it. It's not the foundation of it, like it would be, say, in a keynote talk or a TED style talk. So, next time you're working on a talk or a presentation or a workshop, use this handy guide. It will help you to determine what kind of content to include and what kind of content to leave out, and instead put that in one of the other formats. Because when your message, when your content fits the medium, when it fits the format that you're using, that's when your audience is going to have the biggest takeaways, and that's when you're going to get the results that you're hoping for. Lead generation presentations are meant to create interest. Keynotes create clarity and desire for something different. Workshops create capability, courses create mastery, books create depth, and coaching creates transformation. If you would like to work with us on your signature message and talk, which you can repurpose for all of these different formats, and we show you how, as well as learning the business of speaking, the best place to do that is in our Thought Leader Academy. You can get all of the details and apply at speakingyourbrand.com/academy. Until next time, thanks for watching.